Welcome back to the Order of the Circle podcast. All hail the circle.
All hail the circle.
Oh, I don't pay for suits. My suits are on the house, or the house burns down.
Welcome back to the Red Right Hand podcast, the show that covers each and every episode of the Peaky Blinders. I'm Josh.
And I'm Curtis. I have no clue what is happening.
We are back for season 4, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 4.
I got to be honest with you. When we were talking before about not remembering a lot of the sequence of events in like these next couple seasons, I really thought the stuff we see in this season was like season 5 stuff, maybe.
Nope.
Yeah. So now I really, really don't remember what happened.
You were
in
dead
season
wrong,
5.
man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's get through season 4 first.
Somebody was dead
There's-
wrong in this episode.
Yeah.
A couple of
there's a
guys were
lot
dead
to-
wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this season, and especially in this episode.
Yeah. So the end of last season was the first. End of season 3 is the first cliffhanger you get at the end of a season. Season 1 and 2 both wrap up pretty neatly. Season 2, the only kind of cliffhanger that was there was at the end of the episode, Tommy says that he needs to write a letter to Grace, right? That he was planning a
Wait,
wedding.
season 2?
He was planning on getting married. It was at the end of season 1.
No, it'd be season 2. It'd be season 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Because they got married in the last season.
yeah, because like 2 years passed between season 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years.
Something like that, 2 or 3 years. Which I was trying to remember how many years they said passed between the end of season 3 and beginning of season 4. I think it was 2 more years actually.
Between
The 3rd season and the 4th season. The end of the 3rd season and the beginning of the 4th season.
No, I don't think it's been a full 2 years. Okay. I'm not sure how long they're in prison.
I don't mean, well, okay, let me back up. Not the part where they're in prison though, but after that. So I should say after the prison sentence is
Yeah.
served.
Mhm.
And then
After that, it's a
to-
year.
Oh, I thought they said 2 years, so I guess it was just a year. Okay.
Yeah, it said 1 year.
Okay. Well, I thought
Um,
somebody said 2 years, like Lizzie or something. I guess I'm wrong, as always.
I don't know.
I just remember like
Um,
aliens coming in and robots taking over Birmingham, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. All right.
Peaky Blinders 2024.
2024 invasion.
So the last season ends with the police coming and taking everybody but Tommy away. Well, not everybody. They take away Arthur, John, Michael, and Polly. Which is weird. Like, I don't know, thinking about it back now, I'm like, wow, why didn't they take any of the other women, Why didn't they take any of the other wives?
Well, because
why
but
didn't
he specifically said why they were getting arrested. Arthur and John were getting
Oh,
arrested
yeah.
because of basically the blow up of the train, and
Yeah.
then Polly was getting arrested because of murdering Campbell, and then John or Michael was getting arrested for killing the priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody else was just whatever, was able
Yeah.
to get leave or
Yes,
whatever.
I don't know. I just figured they would have taken everybody in. you know.
Yeah.
Um, so they take those four in, and where we pick up at the beginning of this season is they all basically get a visit at the same time that um as like their sentence, I guess, has been moved up, or I don't know
Hanging
exactly
or
how to say
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I know when they were trying to take Michael away, Michael said there was like an appeal process that was supposed to happen that wasn't supposed to start for like a few more months though.
Yeah.
Um, but and we find out that some local judge like pushed this forward in the middle of the night. That there were plans to stop it, but somebody got it moving before they could do anything about it. So all four of them are taken to the gallows. Um, and yeah, it looks like it's about to go down because noose around everybody's necks. Final words. This is about to be it. Um, and in comes a guy with pardons for everybody from the king.
He said,
And how?
wait.
Yeah. Um, what exactly did Tommy have that allowed him to get those pardons for them?
He had a letter from the king, I think, but what the letter was about, I can't remember. Um, but wasn't it kind of like a deal too? Like he had some dirt that he could easily pull the trigger on if they didn't, get this thing stopped or something.
Yeah.
Because I remember the guy saying, how did this guy get a hold of a letter from the king? Which I don't even remember. I think he had said, or I think they said maybe how he got it, but I don't remember.
And what was his? He wanted pardons for the four of them, and what was his other request?
Did he have another request?
Did they call it like an
Oh, he
OBE?
he wanted to be basically knighted, OBE.
What is that?
What is OBE? We talked about it before.
Because
Was
I
it
know
a
they
fish?
said he wanted a mention in like the people of the year list or most honorable people of the year, something like that.
Um, dang it. It shouldn't be that hard to look up.
And yet it is.
Yeah. Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE.
Okay.
I think it's basically being like knighted though. In a way, not the same, but kind of. Let's see. Officer OBE, officer of the most excellent order of the British Empire. That's all it says.
Oh, yeah, and that was his other request.
Demand.
Yeah, yeah. In addition to the pardons. Um, and so that's it. After that, everybody's pardoned. You get a jump to a year. So it's been a year later, and Tommy is meeting Lizzie Christmas Eve, a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah, it's around Christmas time.
Um, and she's just kind of been running errands for him and stuff. I think she picked up Christmas presents for Charlie.
What I get him?
Yeah. Um, but I think the whole scene is just to show you kind of how disconnected Tommy is from everybody, but like that at the forefront, but also how disconnected they all are from each other.
Right. Yeah.
Um, I like the oh yeah, and yeah, just to also let you know that he hasn't been with anybody since that happened. Like I don't think he's seen anybody since,
Mm,
but like they were
since
taken
that
from the
day.
house that day. Yeah.
Right. Well, except
Um,
Michael. Michael's the only one that he's in contact with
yeah.
from that group.
Yeah. But it's just because of the business.
Right. Yeah.
John and Arthur both kind of wanted out anyway.
Yeah.
And
And
then
Polly was the
Polly.
same way.
Yeah.
What
So
about the painter?
yeah. He and Michael are the only ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where's that guy? Who the fuck knows? We'll never see him again. We'll never hear about him ever again.
Let's just say he died in
Yeah.
a tragic painting accident. I don't know what that would be, but
I'm sure it's happened. Um so Ada's been working in Boston. That's the other one that has had contact with them, but just mainly because of work stuff. I don't know. I think she also is not, she's not super soured against him like everybody else is.
no. No, her and Michael are the same, kind of.
Yeah. But she's coming back and she's going to be at, where did Lizzie say they were all getting together? Is it
I think it was at John's house.
John's house for Christmas?
Mhm. Yeah.
And that Ada was going to be there. I just like the line that Tommy gave. Which should I give up first, the sex, the freedom, or the whiskey sours? Because she just told him that he can't keep living like this and
Yeah.
so apart from everybody.
Tommy's got made.
Yeah. Um, so from there, he goes over to one of their factories. I don't know what they do there.
You know what's
Metalwork.
funny though? It looks like it almost looked like the same factory that they had just dealt with in the last season when
Yeah.
he's walking in. But I could be wrong about that. But it just kind of looked like that when I first
Yeah.
watched it this time around.
I imagine most of those factories probably look,
The same.
yeah,
Yeah,
virtually.
probably so. Yeah, probably so.
Because we didn't see them in like the foreman's office like it was before.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like a much bigger room.
Mhm.
Um, and Michael, yeah, before Tommy comes in the room, Michael's doing a bunch of coke. Um, yeah, I feel like this season's kind of a turn for Michael a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, we saw a lot in the last season, he's kind of growing into kind of a Tommy type person, with, dealing with that girl that he met in the first episode of season 3. And then by the end of it, he's, paying off an underground nurse basically to abort that kid and
Yeah,
doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. So
yeah,
he's coming into his own for sure.
yeah. Um,
Plus killing the priest too. So he's well in that and then killing the Jewish guy that was with Alfie. So he's got his first 2 kills.
yeah. Um, so they talk about problems that they've been having at the factory, and there's a woman that's stirring up things with the workers, um, and I had to pat the show on the back a little bit here for actually bringing back somebody who they've talked about in the past. Um, actually carrying them over from one season to another. Ruben. And they brought back Jesse Eden. So we never got to see her last season.
They talked
But
about
she,
her though.
yeah, but she is actually in this season. So, but she's been stirring up things with the workers. Later on, we find out that the problem is that it's not in his factory. Basically saying that women in that factory that they're in, women who are cutting, I don't know if they're cutting metal, if they're cutting wire, I don't know what they're cutting. They call them cutters. They make less
They
than
less than the men.
yeah, like than men who do the same job, but at a different factory. Like there's no men who are cutters in that first factory. So there's no pay comparison,
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's not like, oh, well, the women cutters only make this much. There's only women cutters. And Tommy kind of takes a hit with, well, yeah, they are different factories, but you own both of the factories. Like,
Right. So we finally just like, whatever then, if you wanna play that game, then I'll do it. I'll raise the women's pay here, but I'll also lower the men's pay down there. Kind of threw the ball back in her court. It's like, because they're gonna be pretty pissed when I tell them the reason why I cut their pay.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna have to deal with that because they're gonna come to her. They're gonna come to her then.
Yeah. When is Boxing Day? There's a lot of talk about Boxing Day in this episode.
That's a good question. Because I know I've heard of it a lot. The day after Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So December 22nd. Do you know she's a real person? Or she was based off a real person by the same name, apparently.
Boxing?
No. No, Jesse.
Oh.
Jesse Eden. Did you know
Because I'll
boxing
be
was a
honest
real
with
person?
you, I have no idea what Boxing Day is.
It's all about boxing people.
No, it's not. What is it?
They go out, everybody goes out into the streets after they get their boxing gloves for Christmas.
Do you
and they
box
just take
things
turns
up?
like boxing people. I don't know what. Maybe it is boxing, like boxing the tree up and whatnot. Well, not boxing the tree, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. You said Jesse Eden was based on a real person?
Yeah. This deal
Is her
says,
name also Jesse Eden?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This deal says about Boxing Day is though it originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. Because I guess you get all the deals. Kind of like makes you think of what's that? Black Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you think of that. Because I guess you get like the deals or something like that from leftover stuff from Christmas. I can get a Christmas tree for $1.
It can sit in my house for 360 days.
Right. I'll just use it for every
Do you guys
holiday.
put up? Do you guys even throw up the tree anymore?
Yeah, I think mom likes to throw it up here and there, but she's always like every year she's like, oh, I just don't know if I want to do it or not. I'm like, just don't do it. I mean, like, you don't have to have a tree up. I don't understand. I mean, I get like, it's a traditional thing or whatever, but it's like, it's not a big deal. Or even at that, just get like a small little tree. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the ceramic ones that grandma used to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a pain. I mean, like with the one that they have it's a fake tree and it already has the lights in it. So it's just a deal of like, you just got to take it out and then like it's like 3 or 4 pieces you have to put together on a pole.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just got to connect the lights. and then like put all the different little ornaments up, which whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal, but
We had
I'm
one like that, but we tossed it, and we just got like a small one now. And
yeah,
sometimes I don't know. It's always like sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas for like one night, she'll get really excited about it and put it up.
right.
But
Yeah. But I don't know. To me, it's like you basically have a month of it. And then once Christmas is over, then you're just kind of like looking at it. It's like, yeah, I should probably take that down, but I really don't want to because I'm too lazy. So I'm just like, what's the point? I mean, we're not kids anymore. So why do we need this Christmas tree up? I don't know. People are probably thinking I'm like a Grinch right now or Bah Humbug or something. What was that dude's name? Oh, Mr. Scrooge
Scrooge?
or whatever. Yeah, Scrooge. I hate Christmas. No, I don't know. I think it's too much. I think there is some things too where it's like people go way over the top on Christmas decorations. And I'm just like, why? But I mean, to each his own. We've gotten way off track, by the way.
I think we were talking about Jesse Eden.
And Boxing Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot
anyway,
of talk about Boxing Day in this episode.
right. She's based off a real person that was by the same name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't know if you know that or not. Just thought I'd
I
throw that one in
felt,
there.
I mean, yeah,
Toss it.
it's not unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fun fact coming your way.
Michael and Tommy talk about Polly. She's been in pretty bad shape since she got out of prison. From what we saw, she didn't look like she was in good shape in prison.
No.
But I think Michael said they've been giving her those pills she's taking since she was inside.
Yeah.
So it's probably playing a big part in it. And he tells Tommy that she's basically she's been taking the pills, drinking whiskey, and doing seances in the house. But Michael says that people just come to them so they can steal things from
Right.
inside.
Yeah. Yep.
I think when Tommy gives his advice, I think he gives I don't know if it's really advice or it's him telling Michael what he would say to her to kind of try to disarm her.
Probably both. I mean, isn't it one and the same, basically?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. Whenever
Hold on a second, man. Hold on. Go. We're back.
Seamless
Quick intermission there.
transition.
Right. Nothing happened. I don't even remember what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Polly being crazy. So when Michael goes to the house, yeah, we see Polly. She's in pretty bad shape. Yeah, she's just not. She's mixing whatever they're giving her with liquor, and I don't think she's eating.
No.
So she's not doing well. Tater's awake now.
I was about to say he finally made an appearance.
Yeah. So Michael, I think he just tries to do what Tommy would do, and she sees through it, basically. She
Right. Well, and she basically says that's Tommy talking. I can hear it.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because like he really does want to help his mom, and
Yeah.
I think Tommy's the same way. It's like he's trying to help Michael help her.
Yeah.
He's truly been genuine, not being, mean or anything.
Yeah. Um, so Ada gets into the country, starts making her rounds. Um, she goes to see John first, and oh no, she goes to see Polly first.
No, no. She goes to see John and
Oh
then
yeah,
Arthur and
Arthur.
then
Okay,
Polly. Yeah.
I guess that scene is just split up, like at Polly's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Um, so Ada visits. Esme's still pretty mad at Tommy. Um,
Well, and she's mad at Ada too, because like she's still working for
yeah,
him. She's still in contact. She won't break loose or whatever.
yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know what I hate these points in a story where they're like, no, we can fend for ourselves. And you're like, yeah, well, something's bad is right
Red
around the corner here.
flag, red flag.
Yeah. Um, so nothing happens um at John's house. I think because he hasn't opened the mail yet.
Nope.
Yeah, because he opens the mail and calls Arthur when Ada's over there.
Yeah.
Um, so they just talk a little bit. Nothing super important in there. Um, Ada goes to see Arthur. Oh no, wait, not yet. Um, that was just a scene with Arthur and the baby that they named, presumably after Billy
Kitchens.
Kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they get a
Um,
phone call, then the Ada's on the way or something, right?
yeah, something like that. Um, and just showing you that like they've had the baby, it's a year old. It's been
Right.
like a
Yeah.
year. Arthur's hair looks ridiculous.
I think this is probably the best look he had though with his hair.
Really?
I think so, man. I think it looked
That
good
looks
and long.
crazy. Looks crazy. It's like Hobbit hair.
Hobbit hair. Yeah, I could
It's
see
like
that.
short and then long. Um,
Let me just say, it looks natural to him.
yeah,
His other haircuts where it's really short on the side and then the long on top. It just, I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't fit his character, but it just looks pretty extreme, I guess. I don't know.
Mm.
And I always think about like they talk about some of the actors on the show, especially the guys. They talked about the haircuts and how they honestly did not like wearing their hair like that. Um, and so I always think about like Arthur because he did not like wearing his hair the way they had to. Whatever, Paul Anderson. And so I'm sure every time I see him in this episode when he's got the long hair, I'm sure he really enjoyed having a different haircut, instead of the one that he was always wearing.
yeah.
So
Um, there's a little cover of was it Red Right Hand right there, or
Mhm.
was it okay?
I think it was Red
Yeah,
Right
it's
Hand.
kind of a chorusy cover. It's very different from any of the covers we've heard so far.
It wasn't bad. I liked
No, it's
it.
good. Just different. Um, Jesse Eden comes to meet with Tommy. Yeah, there's kind of everything that we laid out before. She's mad about the pay of the female workers in that factory, and she's threatening that basically if she, if things don't change the way she wants it to, then because Tommy's saying things will change, but it'll bring down the pay of the men also while bringing up the pay of the women.
Right. Well, and then she
Um,
says that she's basically threatening a strike. And so he calls her
Yeah.
bluff because it's like, it's too close to Christmas. Do you really think people are going to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. At a time when people are pretty desperate for money, not a lot of
Yeah.
people are going to be leaving their job.
Right. Actually, you know what? I think she says she'd call a strike on Boxing Day, maybe
Yeah. By Boxing Day.
by Boxing Day, which then he's like, do you really think people will do that the day after Christmas? With all that.
Yeah.
But it's Christmas.
Yeah, Tommy calls her bluff, and they're just kind of at a standstill there. Like, we'll just have to kind of see, what comes from that.
Right.
I honestly don't even remember, so we'll see.
Oh,
The
I
next note I
remember.
put down was Christmas with the dogs. Because Tommy tells one of his servants that he's going to have 26 people for dinner on Christmas, and she gets excited thinking it's his family.
Right.
He says, yeah, they're family, but it's Johnny Dogs and all of his family.
And company, yeah.
Yeah. So
When
Christmas
he
with the
says about
dog.
it, this is about there's going to be a lot of children. Hell, there may even be some born on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's Tommy's Christmas plan right now. Lizzie was trying to get him to go to John's for Christmas dinner, but
Well, and an
Uh,
important part with when his servant came in was she asked because the chef, the new chef or whatever, wanted to know, which is important later on in the episode.
yeah. And he also invites her to
Yeah.
Christmas dinner. Then we start getting some black hands. Tommy opens his mail. He sees a weird letter. His pile of mail there, opens it up, and it's the black hand of I don't remember what mafia family they said. But
I don't remember.
the one coming to carry this out is the only living son of Changreta, the old man that they killed in the last season. Because he ordered the hit on Tommy's wife. Well, on Tommy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Luca Changreta. Luca. And he's pretty crazy looking. Like, especially with that scene where they're coming in.
They
into the
picked the
country.
right guy. Yeah, they
Yeah.
picked the right actor for it. I don't know who else could have done it better than Adrian Brody.
Yeah. Because the other two guys are so non-threatening looking. And
They're
then
happy
he steps
looking.
up
It's
and
weird.
it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like they were trying to put like on a facade of like, hey, I'm a good guy. I'm just visiting, England or whatever. And he comes in, he's just like, I don't care what you think of me, man.
Yeah.
If you ask my business, I would tell you straight up, I'm going to murder somebody. Which I did like his answer when they asked him, what's your business in England? He's a pleasure.
Yeah. Pleasure. So Ada's visiting Arthur and Linda. The only note I put for that was pathetic. um, Arthur's just
Why?
like he's just like
He's a tool.
yeah.
He's a whipping
um,
boy.
Ada asks what he spends his days doing, and Linda says that he spends his days in the garden. And something else, can't remember what the other thing was that she said that he was doing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Um, but yeah, it's just kind of, nobody's who they were before, basically. Um, they're all just kind of dumbed down versions of themselves in a situation like this where they're about to be thrown back into, Arthur says they don't keep any guns in the house, like nothing like that. You can't live the life that you've lived and not be prepared. You can't just like turn it
Right.
off and be like,
At
okay,
least,
well, everything's okay now because I say it is.
right. Yeah, at least carry like a handgun, dude. Some
Yeah.
type of protection.
But even
Because yeah,
John's got like that super old rifle.
no, dude. He
I mean, I
remember he
guess they've
comes
got a
in.
couple pistols or, oh no, yeah, he had a bag
He
full of
comes in with
guns,
an
didn't he?
arsenal, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he came in looking like a commando at that one point,
Yeah.
with like the bullets
Forgot
wrapped
about that.
around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's prepared for sure.
Um, yeah, that's when the um, phone calls start happening. John sees the mail, calls Arthur. Um, Arthur sees it, tells Ada about it. Um,
But he doesn't
and
want to
then,
tell whatever her name is,
yeah, but he
Linda.
doesn't want to tell Linda. Um, so Ada gives Arthur her gun, and she's going to go see Tommy next, and talk to him about it and see what he wants to do. Um, Taylor just jumped up to the top.
How does he? Let me ask him real quick though. How does he get up there? Because I keep wondering.
He
Is he
springs
just jump?
himself up there.
That's crazy, man. Because that's a big jump. Because
Yeah,
I
those
remember
little
when
spring
I remember when
legs.
we first gave you that desk, and I remember him walking around on it, and he kind of like put his paws up on that one part of the cabinet, like he wanted to get up there, but he wouldn't do it.
He doesn't even need to like grab on. He can like hop like all
He
the
just
way
hops. That's
up
insane,
there.
man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
He's nuts. How you gonna get down?
I'm just basically, I'm just waiting at some point, like he gets up there and you're just like, whatever. He does that all the time. And you're looking at the camera and all of a sudden he just comes down and just like, brr. You're like,
How
what
you
are
gonna
you
get down from there,
doing?
dude? You don't have enough room to jump. What are you gonna do?
Make a decision, Tater. You're holding up the recording.
This guy.
Oh man, the people wanted you to dance with the cat again.
No free cat dances.
You got to pay for that pleasure.
Mhm.
Actually, you know
Um,
what? You have to subscribe for that pleasure. So if you want more cat dancing videos, you gotta subscribe, man.
Um, so Ada leaves Arthur with her gun. She's gonna go see Tommy, see what the plan is, and see if he's gotten one also. Um,
I
so
like the
then we
little
get that
setup he's got with the little handgun, putting it all together with like that little
with the stock.
yeah, the stock, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I thought it was pretty
interesting.
funny.
Yeah, be a lot. I mean, I guess he'd be a lot more accurate at range.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then we get that scene of Luca and his men entering the country. Oh, I guess after this, yeah, after this is that one. Yeah, that's when Ada goes to see Polly.
Yeah.
Michael talks with Polly, can't really get through to her. She's just hearing Tommy, coming out of his mouth.
Right.
And they're kind of at a breakdown moment there. Michael's gotten rid of her pills. She's freaking out. And then Ada shows up and kind of manages to calm her down. She says, check the mail. Polly's also got one. That means they've all got them. And she basically tells them that she's going to go, like with Arthur, she's going to go talk to Tommy and see what they can do, what the, best plan of action is going to be here.
Right, exactly. Because like you said, it's like we need to, Tommy's convinced is like we need to get together because when we're divided, they're going to easily, pick us out in the open.
Yeah. There's like a little scene of I guess that was just right before Ada gets there, but Tommy takes Charlie to leave out some food for Santa and his reindeer, and the food choice was a carrot for the reindeer and was that some kind of pot pie?
Not that I remember. All I remember is the whiskey. and then he goes to bed and then he drinks it.
Yeah. After Charlie goes to bed, he's like, actually, I'm going to drink this whiskey.
That whiskey actually was for me.
Yeah.
Because we all know Tommy is Santa.
So then Ada shows
Which, by the
up.
way, leads us into the secret Peaky Blinders episode, the Christmas special.
The Peaky Blinders Christmas special.
Yeah, so where they have to go steal Christmas presents from the rich to give to the poor.
Okay.
And Tommy dresses up as Santa. Could you even imagine?
The Peaky Blinders Christmas spectacular.
Yeah, exactly. It's a musical episode, by the way.
So Ada comes to see Tommy, and Tommy's plan is for them to go back to Small Heath. That he knows that if they're all separated, they'll get picked off one by one, and there's not really a safe place for them. The only place they can go and hope to kind of defend against this is to go back to Small Heath. Because like Tommy says, every man within a 4-mile radius of the garrison is a soldier for us.
Yeah.
So that's, it was any better than any idea I would have had. I would have thought maybe everybody holed up at Tommy's house maybe or something, but yeah, going back to Small Heath is probably the best option. They're protected by the police there. A lot of security is there.
Yeah.
So he's calling a family meeting on Boxing Day. So everybody's got to be there. John, Arthur, Ada. Sure. Oh, it's going to be at Charlie's yard. So Charlie and Carly will be there. Michael, Polly, and probably Johnny Dogs and his people. The new chef.
The sous chef.
You want to talk about the chef?
This dude, he's very anal about knowing what to cook, how many people are coming, and what time to put the dinner on the table. And it's kind of like what Tommy told his servant when she came and asked, well, what time are we supposed to be serving? Because the chef wants to know. He really wants to know or whatever. And the funny thing too is like, it's Johnny Dogs. His people are camped down by the river or whatever. They'll come up whenever they're ready, and when they're ready, then you can serve it or whatever. I can't give you a specific time of 3:00, 2:30, or whatever. It just whenever they get here is when they get here, and so he finally kind of has this thought of, I don't even know this guy, and when you're in a situation like he's in, it's like you need to know the people around you, kind of like what we were just talking about going back to Small Heath. It's like those people and they're loyal to you. You don't, you're in this big house with all these servants and everything, and you don't know who these people are. Heck, that's how he got his son kidnapped in the last season, was he gave it to a maid that he didn't even know, and just was like, whatever. And then she took off with him. And so he finally was like, is this guy new? Yeah. Well, do we have the paperwork on him, his resume, yada, yada, yada. She's like, yeah. So he goes into his file and finds out, and he mentions this later too, that this guy actually came from a place called San Marcos, which was a restaurant that is actually owned by Sabini. And so he decides to go down there, and he's, talking to some of the guys, and he's meeting them. And there's this one guy, Antonio. He doesn't stand up, and so he's kind of suspicious about this guy. And one of the weird parts is, as he's walking away, he ends up handing him a 10-pound bill or whatever.
Yeah,
10
10
pounds. It had to do something with what they had said earlier, but something about some inconvenience or whatever. But it was more or less a test from Tommy to Antonio. And so he kind of goes back to where the chef is actually at. And so he starts, kind of grilling him and trying to figure out, what the deal is and who you are. And so he finally just tells him, it's like, I know who you are. I know who you're working for. I know who sent you. And I know that Antonio is here to kill me. I just gave him a 10 pounds, and it didn't mean jack squat to him, so obviously he's getting paid a lot more. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And so he finally gets this guy to, kind of confess that it's like, yeah, and, they put me here. They really don't tell me a whole lot. They just told me to, basically infiltrate your house here and get set up to kill you. And so he gets this guy to lure Antonio back into that back room. Of course, Antonio's, ready. He's got his gun out just in case, but oh man, that brutal part where he takes that meat hook and just like puts it right into like his clavicle area and just starts dragging him around, dude. That's so brutal. Yeah, it makes me hurt every time I watch that.
Yeah,
but yeah, he ends up killing Antonio, and then he ends up killing the chef too. Of course, then I like when he brings Johnny Dogs down there to get him to dispose of the bodies, and he's like, oh, so you're back into this sport now or whatever. He's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of have to, man. It's, it's kill or be killed, basically. And,
did he kill the chef too?
Yeah, he kills the chef too. He kills both of them because he killed, he ends up shooting the chef in the head because he's kind of holding him down on the ground, I believe. I think he did, didn't he?
I don't think so, because he told him to deliver a message to Sabini, and it was that after they were done with the Americans, that they were coming for him next. That he
They're
picked the
coming from him, yeah.
yeah, he said, "You tell Sabini he picked the wrong side in this war."
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because he ends up shooting the guy in the head, Antonio, and that's where he gets the blood on his face. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, because he had him pinned down.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he killed the other
with
guy.
the meat hook. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he did. That poor guy.
Yeah.
Of course, then he's like, so we're not gonna have Johnny Dog's like, so we're not having what was it? Fish? I think it was some type of fish, maybe.
No, he was talking about the
Duck or
goose.
something. A goose, that's what it was. We're not gonna have goose anymore. He's like, only if you bring some on your way here or whatever.
He said
But yeah,
only if you
that's
can catch one on the way. He's like,
right. Yeah.
we're going back. Like we're going back to
Yeah. And
Birmingham.
that's when he tells him, and you could tell Johnny Dogs was really happy about that, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Because he told him straight up, it's like, you don't belong here, man. You're a wild horse, and this is kind of bringing you down. You need to be let loose.
Yeah.
Sorry about sneezed. Hold on. Anyway.
So yeah, then Johnny Dog's gonna take care of the body. And after that, they are running back to Small Heath.
Which, by the way, he
Um,
asked, I don't know if you remember, he asked if he wanted the body burned, and he said no, because this is a message.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're going to do exactly with it. Maybe just throw it on the doorstep or something.
right. Well,
Yeah.
put it where somebody will find it.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, they basically just get out of there right then. Um, I can't remember if it was here or a little bit before where Tommy started calling around and telling everybody, like, hey, we got to go. Like, he can't get a hold of John. And he tells Arthur that they got to get to Small Heath.
Mhm.
Um, and so he sends Michael to go get John. Um, and yeah, that scene is just very like, I mean, right before that, where they're like, he gives the orders to Johnny Dogs, and then he's like packing everything in bags. Like he gets all of Charlie's Christmas presents, throws them in a bag, like, and they are gone. Like they are getting
Yeah.
out. Um, so um, Michael goes to pick up John and Esme. He gets there, and they basically tell him that they don't want their help, that
Yeah.
like they're still, going to be on their own. They don't want to have anything to do with Tommy or him. Um, and yeah, I just like the line from Michael about how he's like, this is the New York Mafia, like we can't mess around with this. Like we can't handle it.
Right.
And John said, he's like, New York Mafia, he's like, we're the Peaky Blinders. And Michael says, we're not the Peaky Blinders if we're not together. Like we're not,
Right. Yep.
we're not the group if we're not a group.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, of course, right about that time, there was a wagon on the road that full of hay bales that Michael had passed on the way in. And right
Classic.
about that time, the wagon rolls up, and they kick out the barrels, and they've got Tommy guns. So they've got John a little outmatched there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and they mow down John and Michael right there. I forgot that Michael gets shot too.
Yeah. 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 He gets shot up, man.
Um, yeah, and as they both hit the ground, that is the end of the episode.
Got it.
Done. So it leaves you on a real cliffhanger there. If they both die, if neither of them die, but somebody's gonna die.
It's Esme, right?
Yeah. The twist is that it was Esme. She got shot while she was inside.
Right. This bullet kind of like traveled around walls and through a door.
One of them like slung his gun and threw the
Right through the
bullet
bullet.
around the corner.
He curved it.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of season 4, episode 1.
It went by in a hurry.
How'd you feel about that episode? How'd that make you feel?
A lot of emotions, man. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, a lot of mediums. I'm still waiting to see that Christmas special. That's what I want to see. Maybe
Very
someday.
peaky Christmas.
A very peaky Christmas. Like, how do you even write an episode like that? Seriously.
You don't.
Oh man. Yeah, you're right. You just don't. No, it was good. I mean, I remember basically everything that happened, unlike you.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll see what happens next episode.
episode 2.
Be back. Yeah, back for episode 2 next week.
Episode 2,
Until
season
then-
4.
Yeah.
Say it backwards.
Until then, make sure that you subscribe on our YouTube here. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Lynn Gary. You can also follow the podcast on Twitter at Red Right Hand PO1. I'll see you.
Peace.
All hail the circle.